Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet.
Welcome everybody to another episode of This is CorbinCenter, and if there's one way I can describe this entire summer, hot, right? And I'm not talking about me in a swimsuit doing all this, showing all this in a spaghetti. But being in a Speedo would be a lot more comfortable than having to wrestle in good old Balsam Lake. But what a match you had here. Tell us a little bit about this match. Big six-man, huh? Six person, six animal? Who knows? Whatever the fuck. What was it? I don't know where the decision came from. Whatever you want to say, God, climate change, Mother Nature, whatever, to be Labor Day had to be almost 100 frickin' degrees outside. But at first I was kind of glad I was in a six-man tag. But let me put it this way, on a day like this, there is no escaping the heat. And first of all, I think I had it probably better off than the animals did. They're pretty fully covered, But either way, we were out there for a while. Remember, we have to kind of fill a block of time, and people are out there. And one thing I want to give a big shout out to is no matter how hot the temperature is or whoever he's wrestling or whatever it is, Kyle Pro, not even in my match, but Kyle Pro deserves a lot of credit. That he has only one setting and it's go, go, go. And he puts in time no matter how hot. He is a workhorse. He's amazing. I got to give him his flowers. I always like to do that. But in this sense, Settle for Nothing was a short-lived six-man, I guess, that Heavy on Wrestling dropped the ball on. And now that Sebastian Taylor's starting to move into reffing, it's kind of amusing that his current or last tag partner, Scott Story, would move in with us, which is funny because I know when I broke my collarbone, Scott Story ended up Slasher Scene ended up teaming with Laura. I guess it kind of looks and fits. It's not bad, and I don't really mind, that whole thing. So, what was it? Tim, did you say Slasher Cometh? Was that or Lorben Slash? Whatever it was. Either way, we are notoriously always wrestling the animals. That's a given. You got good versus evil, so it was done here. It was interesting because you can't really tell with this crowd, like, if they're just hot or if it's too much. But, like, there was a dunk tank really close, and I kind of feel like I wish I could have maybe utilized it in a different world to do that. But it's also a really tempting thing when you don't have the guardrails like First normally does. But this event we did last year went really well. We did it this year, went really well. We picked up the victory. That's a great thing for us, so I really appreciated that. So, Laura scores the victory with the choke slam on Thunder Frog. So I gotta say, we set out to do what we intended to do, and we won. So it was a good way for Labor Day. I mean, this is it was definitely hot. We talked about this. You picked up the victory. You've been to Balsam, like all this stuff. And this kind of wraps up a real busy summer for you. And I just want to get a little bit more feedback. Outdoor shows. How you feeling on the whole concept? We've done so many shows outside that I feel like Taste of Minnesota was really hot. Heritage Days was really hot. This was really hot. And the idea to keep going and I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of second guessing my need to do outdoor shows. And many of you are like, oh, Corbin, summer's over. So if you had an outdoor show coming up. Now, first of all, the St. Paul Slammers rescheduled. I'm not on that one. So I was trying to think last night, or at the event, is this my last outdoor show for a while? And the answer is maybe. But I really was... I took my gear off, and here's one thing that saved us. After this, the bar was nice enough to let us use their cooler room, like their actual freezer. So after the match, I literally crawled into a freezer, pretty much where they keep all the alcohol and everything, and just cooled down. And so you can see steam just rising off of you. And that's how and you're just sitting there and you're like, man, this sucks. And then you get cold and you're sweaty, and then you go and change, and then you start sweating again. You go back in there, and now your clothes are sweaty. And again, just the heat exhaustion, the risk. I drank a lot of water. I'm gonna give that. I did drink a lot of water. I may have made a mistake of eating ice cream before the show, which I don't apologize for because the ice cream there is delicious. I got it last year and I didn't want it to close without getting it this time. But the outdoor shows just run, and many of you who have attended have probably been like, this is ungodly uncomfortable. So you know what it would be like for us to wrestle in that weather. So I kind of debate right now thinking about doing any more. Because also then when you move into fall and winter, everything's unpredictable. We've had more events get rained out or canceled. And so to me, this is just one of those things where this might actually be probably good for me to sometimes take a weekend off. Now, does that mean that I might not be on all the outdoor shows? When I was doing AWF, I tried to take very few outdoor shows because if there was even a chance of 1% of rain, Tony would cancel it 2 days in advance and then I'd be stuck without a booking. But what happened with the Slammer, what happened with the first St. Paul Park show, it's a risk. It is. But when it's hot like this, I don't know. I mean, like, is it safe, healthy for me to do shows like that? That's another thing I got to consider. So with that said, that was something that really went through my head. Do I plan on doing many outdoor shows? Because you also don't know. You accept these dates like months in advance, and then you're like, who knows what the weather's going to be like? Good old Minnesota, unpredictable.
Well, let's point out a big victory. No major sunburns, which it was quite impressive for you. You were smart. You bought stuff that was made for keeping yourself cool and protecting yourself, which I'm very proud of you. I'm always proud of you, but I'm proud of you in the skincare department. So, thank you everybody for watching another episode of CorbinCenter. Oh my gosh, we just keep these rolling, shall we? Just keep them rolling.